Hello, dears. Good morning, all. So, we are going to start a new and interesting chapter today that is about the living organisms, characteristics, and habitats. We know that we are gifted with a beautiful nature from God with a diverse biodiversity. Do you know what is biodiversity? Biodiversity is the varieties of plants, animals, and microorganisms present over this biosphere. Biosphere means the part of the earth which supports life. So we can see that there is a variety existing everywhere. One area is exactly different from other. We know that desert is here, mountains are there, ocean is there, tropical rainforest are there. Okay, grassland is there. A number of habitats, varieties of habitats they are existing over this biosphere. When you're reading this first paragraph, you can see that Paheli and Pucho, they are explaining about the varieties of experiences from their trip to different areas. At last, when they are recollecting all, they think that one area is completely different from other. One place is completely different from other. Some areas are so cold while some others are so hot. And the living organisms, they are also different from place to place. We know that the living organisms, they are surviving in different areas of this earth. In soil, moist soil we can see, dry soil we can see the animals. Over the trees, over the walls of buildings, inside in the houses, inside in the water, aquatic animals. Everywhere we can see living organisms, both plants and animals. So in this chapter we are going to study about the organisms and their surroundings. Here in page number 80 you can see a small activity. There's a table 9.1. What is the activity? Nothing is that you have to write the name of animals, plants and other objects present in the forest, mountain, desert, sea and in any other places. Okay. So when you are completing this, you will get an idea about the variety existing among the animals and plants present in different areas of the earth. So the term habitat. Habitat, there is a new term to you. It is nothing, that is the place where an organism live. The place where organisms live is called their habitat. Okay. The habitat of different animals that may be vary, and all animals are not adapted to live in all kind of habitats. Okay, special adaptations are there. Adaptations means the presence of specific features or certain habits which enable an organism to live naturally in a place is called adaptation. Okay, when we are going through the different habitats or adaptations, it will be more clear. We know that fish is an aquatic animal. An aquatic creature is that. The body of fish that is well adapted to live only in water. Okay, the fish is not able to live on a land because there is no adaptation. So there is no specific features present in it to survive in land. Okay, that's why when we are taking out a fish from water and keeping it away from the water for some time, what will happen? It may die. That is because of the lack of adaptation in its body. The body of this fish is adapted to live only in water. Okay, like that a number of other examples are animals are there. We will study about the different animals and their adaptations which enable that animal to survive in its own habitat. Okay, in this beginning itself you can see that the camel, example of camel. So camel is usually known as a ship of desert. Okay, why it is known as a ship of desert? Because in desert we can see this camel plenty, this exclusively we can see there. A number of camels are there and the body of this camel is adapted to live in this hot desert. Did you ever notice a camel? When you are looking the picture in figure 0.92, you can see the figure of camel. Just look what type of legs are there, what's the speciality of the body or its neck. Okay, the legs, long legs are there. These long legs keep the body of this camel away from the sand. Okay, so sand is the hot one. In the desert we can see the hot sand is there. From this hot sand, the body of this camel is protected by its long legs. And also they excrete small amount of urine, and their dung is dry and they do not sweat. These are the special adaptation to reduce the loss of water from its body, because the camel is getting only very little water to drink. With that water it can live for a long day, a long duration. Okay, because from their body they are losing a little amount of water is only. They excrete very little water, and their dung, that is so dry. Like that, a number of adaptations are there among fish. Fishes, what is the shape of their body? They have the streamlined body or boat-shaped body, which enable the fish to move easily in water. That we studied the chapter movement. Okay, a special kind of movement is there. By the help of the fins, it can balance its body. Tail fin help the body to change the direction, and also they are able to use the oxygen present in the water. That is the great adaptation present among fish. Their body is able to use or absorb the oxygen dissolved in water. For that purpose, what is present instead of lungs? They have the gills. Gills present in the fish help to use the oxygen dissolved in water. And also their body is covered by scales. Did you notice that at the time of this cleaning of fish or cutting of fish, others are doing this? When we are looking that, we can see the body or the skin of the fish is covered by a number of scales. Scales means chedumbal. Okay, before this cooking, we have to remove all this kind of scales and waste from the fish. At that time, it is very clear. This scales protect the fish and from the external injuries, minor injuries and infections, and also which help the fish to swim easily in water. So here we discussed only about 2 examples, that is about the camel and fish. Throughout this chapter we are going to study about more examples and more habitats. Okay, the remaining part we will discuss in the next class. Okay, don't forget to read the chapter. Thank you.